Ocho Rios is Jamaica's adventure wonderland, but the port gets a bad rap for aggressive street vending and safety. Now, frankly, we're bracing for a pretty bad experience, but that is not what we got.
The things that you do for your content.
Especially with the local tour company we picked. Let me show you how Ocho Rios surprised us, and how our experiences can help you plan your trip here. But first, port basics. Jamaica is in the Western Caribbean, about 90 miles south of Cuba, and Ocho Rios is on the northern Jamaican coast, comprising a golden triangle of tourist draws there. Negril to the west, Montego Bay at the center, and Ocho Rios to the east. While Negril is famous for its laid-back beach vibe, and Montego Bay for the fancy resorts, Ocho Rios is all about outdoor adventure. Ocho Rios, or Ochi by the locals, means 8 rivers, the ones that snake down the mountains to the sea. Think waterfalls and jumping into swimming holes, Dunn's River Falls being the most famous, but also Blue Hole and Konoko Falls. Rivers also means boat bamboo rides to the sea. And some famous names are associated with the area. Bob Marley was born nearby at the village of 9 Mile, about 23 miles away, and there are excursions to see his childhood home and gravesite. And Ian Fleming, the author of the James Bond series of books, wrote all of his 007 books from the Winter Villa Golden Eye, which is now a private resort. And many Bond films were shot here, famously Dr. No and Live and Let Die. The locals here are resilient and proud of their country. When Hurricane Melissa tore through Jamaica's center just a few months before this recording, in October 2025, the locals were busy cleaning up and restoring the area before the storm completely passed. Ask any local about Melissa. It's the main topic of conversation here. So let's get port-oriented. You'll sail into Turtle Bay Pier, directly facing the town. You'll notice the more industrial Reynolds Pier to the right, also known as James Bond Pier for its use as a shooting location for Dr. No. Turtle Bay Pier can be considered the front door to the town, while Reynolds is the side door. To the left is the Ocho Rios Bay Beach, or Turtle Beach, facing the Moon Palace Jamaica Hotel. It's actually a public beach, but to use it you need to pay a $10 entry fee. For that, you get access to a secure, roped-off swimming area, great for families, lifeguard, restrooms, and changing rooms, although beach chairs and such are extra. Here's a little map to show you how to get there. You step out of the gate, make an immediate left, and just follow the pier to the end. Just look for this gate. Now straight ahead is the Turtle Bay Pier, the official pier, which is fairly small and surrounded by a gate. The pier is longish, but it's not a challenging walk to the port complex, just a few minutes. And if you need a lift, there's always these guys.
And these guys are $5. Well, I was quoted $5 cash, so, you know, there you go with that.
Now, it's not a cruise ship company-owned pier, where the local tour vendors were forced to greet you way off the property. Here, it's a public-use facility managed by the Port Authority of Jamaica. Thus, all the tour groups, ship tours, and independents mingle here. Now, that's a good thing, but it also creates a somewhat hectic pool of activities straight ahead, as all the tour groups wait for their hosts.
Organized chaos is a good way to put this.
Not sure where to go? Ask anybody in a colored shirt. Although there's no official handler at the pier, everybody knows everybody. These are all licensed tours, after all, and it's a small business community. To the right is a tent selling snacks, local beer, and other sundries. Pretty good stuff, really. It also serves as a secondary waiting area for tour groups. Well, to be honest, everywhere here is a waiting area. And, interestingly, a tiny hair braid salon right off at the back. To the left of all this is the passenger processing building, mostly for security screenings. Well-maintained bathrooms, and a standalone ATM that we recommend avoiding due to high fees. The currency is a Jamaican dollar, but USD is also fine here, as well as credit cards in the tourist stores, of course. Just outside the building was the tourist information booth.
Well, it's tourist information, but there's some maps, but it's really about setting up tours through their companies in the back.
Now, around the corner to the right are the taxi dispatchers and their price list. Prices in USD, cash only, for round trips. Now, you'll notice the pricing is divided into single, per person, and groups of 1 through 4, with additional charges per extra person. Now, this gets tricky. The group rate of 1 through 4 is simply the single rate times 4. The rate is usually a flat vehicle fee for up to 4 people. If you're a solo traveler or a couple, you still pay for that base rate. It only becomes per person once you you hit the 5th passenger. Uber is technically available, but it takes you to a licensed taxi driver who will usually favor walk-up cash rides over pre-arranged prices. But to save your time and sanity, using the licensed red-plated taxis are the way to go if going about independently and not exploring the immediate area. When your group is ready, you're guided to a rather small parking lot. It's a hell of a squeeze because not only the tour buses meet here, but also the taxis. Also here, you're surrounded by souvenir booths. Now, here's a warning. I noticed this cart selling water shoes. As you'll soon see in this video, you're going to need some sort of grip walking around slippery river rocks in high current. Actually, in 2025, many of the river sites actually cracked down on rentals for hygiene reasons, pushing sales instead. A pair of water shoes at the port or falls will cost you about $15 to $25 US, but we suggest price comparing online and get your own pair before coming over. Now, to answer the elephant in the room, yeah, you will encounter touts selling tours and trinkets just beyond the cruise port gate. These are the unauthorized vendors who lack the official tourism badge required to operate inside the gated area. They might be persistent a bit, but they're usually not aggressive. Usually a firm but polite "no thank you" is all that's needed. We never felt unsafe, and you often see tourism police patrolling this stretch. As you continue down Turtle Beach Road to the T at Main Street, the vibe intensifies as the local traffic picks up. Just stay relaxed. Just beyond the gate is Island Village, a large shopping complex created by Chris Blackwell, founder of Island Records and Bob Marley's record producer. Blackwell had the design to resemble a classic Jamaican fishing town, and with his Bob Marley association, you can count on the Tuff Gong trading store, Tuff Gong being Marley's recording studio, to be the real deal for Marley merch. It's the official store of the Marley estate. There's a small, well, more like tiny, beach controlled by the Margaritaville restaurant, so it's pay to play. There's also Jamaica's first Starbucks, a Scotia Bank ATM, as well as money exchange. Now here's an important note. The TSL Health and Wellness Center here was created to assist cruisers with health emergencies. Great bathrooms here too, with changing rooms.
There's no showering at the face basin. Kind of makes you wonder what people get into around here.
So it's definitely a cut above the usual tourist shopping complex, but it is, in essence, still a tourist shopping complex.
A lot of these places are usually owned by the cruise company. You know, you'll see this. Those are usually a telltale sign that they are somehow sponsored or whatever it is, or the place is actually owned by the cruise line.
Some car rental agencies exist here, but traffic can be unpredictable. And if you want to visit the falls, you're going to need a licensed guide for safety. Therein was the quandary of our time here. If you wanted a richer experience, well, you gotta book a tour. But the good news is you have a good selection of local vendors with long-standing reputations. Now we went with Omar Tours, which came highly recommended on Viator. Now we took the group tour, so that meant waiting for others to show up. And waiting, and waiting.
So this is a typical problem, right? When you are in a group tour, is that you always wait for the people who are behind, you know. When the bigger is the bus tour, the more people you gotta wait, you know, and you ended up feeling a little bit hurted. This is the reason why also, when you notice in a lot of our video, we prefer to do private tour. Number one, obviously, because we are filming and we really try to minimize exposure to other people, you know, out of concern of privacy. But definitely also it gives us a lot of control over the schedule. It allows us to make changes if we, for example, don't like a particular place, like, you know, that's okay. Can you move on? Do you have any other ideas? That gives us a lot more insight to the favorite place that the driver, the locals, actually like and would like to show it to us. That's the best part about the private tour. That's my question. Do you have a private tour option?
Yes, we have options to private tour, but normally the guests will message us and ask us for a private tour. And then if they want a private one, we'll get them a driver just for themselves for the day. So welcome to Jamaica. I'm Ray. I'll be your driver today, okay? Ray's your driver and babysitter, all right? Where you go, I go, all right? Hey guys, so you need to sharpen up on your Jamaican if you're gonna hang with me today, okay? Yeah man, so in Jamaica, when we're feeling good, we say Irie man, all right? Irie man means everything's good. We're feeling great, okay? So if I say, how you guys feeling? What you saying?
Irie.
That's it. I got some Jamaicans on board for sure. All right, and if we want to say what's going on, we say wagwan, okay? Yeah man. And if we want to say yes, we say yeah man. Alright?
man.
Alright, that's how I want you guys to respond to me all day, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Our first stop was the Blue Hole, specifically Island Gully Falls. It was a quick send-off to the falls after the waiver and life jacket formalities were settled. Your guides are your lifesavers and pros. So follow their directions, because you need them for this.
I'm going to get it, man. Don't worry. Yeah, give me that there. Sure. Got it. Whoop. Thank you. Okay, got it.
In fact, the whole area gets frequent rain, as we discovered right away. Lots of climbing, and this is not for the physically challenged.
Yeah.
It's a series of progressively higher jumps along the river path starting uphill. An all-natural thrill ride. And for those who can brave the cold, and I do mean cold, spring-fed mountain water, a total blast. Me, I couldn't go in due to my heart condition. Hey, if you can't, nobody makes you. But I was a gracious husband and shot my wife doing it.
How was it?
I'm too old for this. I just forgot that you do have to swim. And I haven't swam for the longest time.
And we tipped our path guides afterwards for keeping us safe. Total pros, and I felt well taken care of.
Here we go. Come all the way down. You step over here. Got it. Right here. Yep. Got it. Sorry. Okay, thanks.
By the way, if you're getting good value from this video so far, hit us up with a like, share with your shipmates, and consider subscribing to access our ever-growing collection of videos. Plus, starting this new year, keep an eye on the community tab. We have something special planned for January 2026. Our next stop was truly special, the White River Bamboo Boat Experience.
So you guys are heading up to the bamboo rafting place. You know why we came up with how we came up with the bamboo rafts? Remember I told you we got a lot of species of bananas?
Yeah.
And it's one of the first things we ever exported from the country, okay? We had the bananas upstream and we needed a way to get them down to the boats so we could ship them abroad, alright? So what they did, they put some of the bamboo plants together because they realized they floated, and they created the rafts to take the bananas downstream, alright? Now, you guys love to just jump on the rafts and look pretty and take pictures and do your limestone massages, alright?
Sounds good.
This was way mellow compared to the falls, but still high energy. That loud crack of the pole on the water isn't just for show, it's a communication signal. The jovial party atmosphere betrays the reality of how strong you need to be to pilot these things. Pushing against that long pole, keeping up the showmanship, keeping us safe, they were all pros. We floated all the way to the river's mouth, ending our journey exactly where the fresh mountain water surrenders to the Caribbean Sea.
You guys want to hear a fun fact about us Jamaicans though?
Sure.
Yeah man, they say per square mile we got the most churches, and near every church we always have a bar. Yeah man, we like to keep the spirits close, okay?
We did visit some shopping at the Taj Mahal shopping complex, which was pretty much in front of the road facing the port. The Taj Mahal shopping center is the old school tourist hub. Also, there's another Scotia Bank ATM in the enclosed security booth.
So this bank is sealed. It has a button that you have to push the security door to get in.
Very good bathrooms towards the back. Lunch at the Reggae Alley was basic, but a local staple. Jerk chicken wrap, jerk burger, and this delicious thing is a fried bammy, a traditional cassava flatbread. And the bathrooms certainly are interesting. And while we balk at shopping stops on tours, this one had some interesting finds from local businesses.
This is good.
Jerk seasoning and Blue Mountain coffee are always good buys. For the authentic experience, the label must state 100% Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. After lunch, the group we were with split off, so we had Ray and the van to ourselves. And since we're private, we asked him, take us to your favorite place in town, and he came up with this, Shaw Park, overlooking the town. We were happy to patronize a local company where the money goes back to the community. We expected a pretty good excursion. Instead, we got a deeper dive into the life of the island and a challenging adventure we'll always remember. Completely worth taking the leap with Omar. For more information about the ports we cover, be sure to check us out at portlowdown.com. Be sure to keep those comments coming. We love them and answer them as soon as possible. And again, check our community tab for those upcoming announcements, and see you on the next cruise.